Right, so I'm back. So what I've done is I've gone on the edges and I've cut them all out. Now that is starting to bleed because of the glue. I put too much glue on that one. So I won't use that one. This is why I did 6. Only because it's starting to bleed a little bit. These ones are okay. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the background. So now I've stuck them onto card, we're going to work on the background. Now it's totally up to you. You can stick the word directly on and skip the card. I don't think I did the card when I did Angie, as I was thinking about it when I was inking around the edges. So you can stick it straight down, or what you could do is you could do some stenciling. Now I have forgotten to get my stencils out and I can't remember. Oh. Right, let me get my stencils out and I'll be back. So I got a stencil out. So what I'm going to show you next is I'm going to switch my pad to Vintage Photo. Now this, I got asked how I did the stenciling in the journal in the traveler's notebook that I showed you, and this is how I did it. So you get a stencil. Now I'm probably doing the words a little bit different, but it's the same process as in I ink around the edges and then I stick it straight onto this, but I'm doing a little bit different because I just want to play about with what I've got really. So I'm using Vintage Photo, the ink Vintage Photo. Now I want loads of ink going onto my sponge, absolutely tons. Don't be shy with it. And the harder you press, the more you're going to get. Right, I'm just going to go up here, lift this, and then you can see the word out? So we're going to use that to base our theme pops around. What am I trying to say? Theme jigs. I'm going to use these as well, I think. The stencil. You really press hard onto your stencil. And I'm just going to flip that up. The harder you press, the more indentation you'll have. The lighter you press, which I'll show you in a second. Say I wanted a real light. See how it's quite light there? So, to stick these words down. So now it's on card, it's not going to bleed through. And then you would stick them. Now I want the stencil to show, so I'm going to stick my You're So Talented just there, because I want that stencil there. I'm just looking at these words because I went a bit hard on the ink. And on the glue, sorry, I should say. There. Should have enough now to stick them. I'm going to stick that one just like there, and then this one. No, because I don't want that in there. Actually, where's my? It is. So you can play about with. That's how you do the stencil. That's how I did the stenciling. So now is the fun bit. I am gonna cut them out, but you know how last time I went as close as possible? This time I'm not going to. This time I'm going to leave a bit of a gap. And if you want to cut it down, you can. And then you would take your puncher, whatever you want to use. And there's your sort of your first word nearly there. And then keep these because you can use them in your book. So if I cut the top off, and then again you just fold it back and forth to create a little tuck spot in your journal. No? Yeah? Right, okay, next one. So this is the same process as I did the ones that you saw, except tonight I've just played about the stencils of the background, whereas the ones you saw I didn't. I stuck this word, stuck the word straight down on the what do you call it, the paper, you know, the backing paper. That one. And I'm going to keep these because you can use them in your journal. There's that one, there's that one, another road of these. I don't think there's anything there I can keep. And then I'm going to just cut these two out. And then let's go straight across. For this one I want the pattern to be shown. So I'm going to go here. I want the pattern because I can do some lace trim behind it. Anything at all on that one. And then I'm just going to, come on, cut. There we go. You can totally see them becoming words. Can you see how they are words? And they've gone from sort of the word from there, and they've gone to something like this. And like I say, every time I've made them, I've added something different that I haven't added before. Every time I've made them, I've had little bits that I can use in my journal. And you might have been out of shot. Let me show you in shot. Little bits for inside the journal, like these bits and pieces you can easily keep for inside the journal. But if you wanted the words that you did see, skip the card and just stick the words straight down to the paper, no stenciling, and there we are. And then all you would do is not go around in brown, let's go around the edge in black, just point it out a little bit more. And we're going to do something else that I did do on the other words, but like I say, every time I've done it I've added just that little something extra, because the words can get lost with all the background paper. If you've used any stenciling, sometimes they can get lost. So to jazz them up and to give them a bit more outline, done that one, yeah. I used a chalk pen. There's a charcoal pen. I'm using a medium one, and all I'm doing he's literally just going round the word, stand it up, or you can keep it like that. It's totally up to you, or when you decide to do. You can go around it in ballpoint pen. So for example, let's do that. Ballpoint, charcoal, or you can leave them blank. Totally up to you. But use what you've cut out as well. Don't just think, oh, I can't use that, because you can. Because these can be like little tabs for the end of your pages. They can be anything. Anything you want them to be. So I hope that's helped and answered your questions. I will come back and show you how I did this one. I know you're all keen to do that one, and there was another one I was going to show you. That's what it looks like on the pattern paper. There was another one, but I can't see. Oh, there it is. Here it is. There. That's the other one I was going to show you. So I will come back and show you how I've done them. But the wording, that is totally how you do it. And you could, like I say, if you didn't want to put it on card, skip the card and just cut the wording out, ink around the edges, and then stick it to your backing paper. But I stuck it to card because I wanted to do some stenciling behind my wording. So I hope you've really enjoyed. Sorry this video's been so long. But I really do hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch up with you all in my next video. Have a lovely rest of the day wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch up with you then. Bye for now.